Hoover Commercial Insight Model 102. This was Hoover's failed attempt at a SIBO clone, and most of it didn't really work out too well. These models were plagued by numerous quality control issues, reliability, a lot of problems with the construction of the plastic. They were made in China, even though some things can be made very well in China. Unfortunately, these were not. Hoover ended up discontinuing these not too long into their run, and they shifted their resources and everything else to the Hushtone models. Those were assembled stateside. At first glance, these things look extremely similar to a SIBO, but as noted earlier, there are some differences. You have a clean out clog release for the hose here in the back, because on a normal SIBO or Windsor vacuum, you would have the little flap at the bottom of the power nozzle. This machine does not have that. You have the accessories that are pretty much in the same spot, crevice tool and upholstery tool. Same rotator for the cord wrap to be removed. You have a pigtail, as well as a similar hose setup for these machines. Just pull out just like that. One thing that they did do right, which SIBO did not, was they made this thing so that you can only install it one way. You can't really install it back here. It's not going to work like that. This has to be lined up front, so it clicks in just like that, or else you can't use it. Overall, it was somewhat of a valiant effort by Hoover to make a machine that could compete with the SIBO, but that's a very tall order for any company to do. This was another common issue with these. The cord hooks broke off of the handles. And by the way, parts for these have not been made in years. Hoover no longer supports them. In order to get to the brush roll, even though this is similar to a SIBO, as you can remove this just like on a SIBO, you can pull the brush roll out just like this. And for this longer model, unlike the SIBO, it comes out as one piece. The SIBO is broken into two pieces, which is slightly smaller, and then you have the normal sized brush roll. But it goes back in much the same way it came out. And of course, the bag door and compartment. This one's bow jack to be able to accept a SIBO filter. The filters from Hoover were very expensive for this machine, about $50. You might as well just bow jack the SIBO Windsor filter to get it in there. They also used a similar but slightly different bag than the SIBO models did, because you have this extra piece here at the top, whereas on the SIBO it's all one piece. And normally you would be able to pull this out, and this comes up and automatically seals off the bag. Of course, this one came off when I was trying to service everything, so it is what it is. That goes on just like that. This bag is somewhat full. And that's all there is to it. Unlike the SIBO Windsor models, this does not have the soft start feature. Lots of suction. Hoover really could have had something here, but unfortunately they did not make any improvements to these models, and they canceled them shortly after they put them out on the market. Sad but true.